What are you driving with your car payment?
I drive a 2020 Corolla and I paid $300.
What are you driving with your payment?
I drive a 2022 Toyota Tundra. I pay $625 a month.
I want to talk about the normalization of these insane car prices that we are seeing in the modern era. And every time I talk about finances, or I do sort of a breakdown to help people understand just like why they're feeling so stressed and strapped, there's always somebody that's like, well, why do you even have a car payment? Why don't you go buy an $800 car? They don't really exist anymore. And if you found one, congratulations, but that's not a real thing. Or why don't you just save up $10,000 and just buy a car? How are you supposed to get back and forth to work?
Hello, everybody. Today we are talking about car payments and the ridiculousness that comes with all of that. I want to apologize in advance if my camera starts doing the weird little shaky thing. It does that a lot. I have no control over it. You work with what you got. Okay, that being said, let's get into this.
Yeah, I believe in life, sometimes you have to take a risk. And that risk was me willing to give him my car keys. And I just met him on TikTok, y'all. He said he was willing to help me out. And I was like, at this point, let me just get the help. And I feel like, low-key, my car payment is due in 4 days, y'all. I have only $2 on my Chase account, y'all. And it's the 15th. My car payment is due on the 19th of every month. And I don't get paid until next week. So it's like, how am I going to even I don't know, y'all. And I don't want to use the GoFundMe money until I get enough to be able to put a chunk of money towards my principal. So I'm just going to leave it up there in my bio. And I just seen some of you guys, she just keeps making dumb decisions after dumb decisions, y'all. I live in Port St. Lucie, Florida. If you know what Port St. Lucie, Florida is, it's like a retirement place where old people come to retire. If I rent my car on Turo, it's most likely not going to get rented out. He lives in Miami, Florida, something like that, y'all. And he was willing to help me out. And I said, okay, Miami's a busy city. He was explaining to me, y'all. He gave me his driver's license and everything. He's honestly a nice person. At the end of the day, I still don't know him like that, but still I'm willing to take the risk. You know what I'm saying? He was willing to help me out. He gave me updates about my car and everything, y'all. I'm going to pick up my car in the beginning of April, y'all. But this month, I really cannot afford my car payments at all. I don't have any options left, and my dad is too greedy. He's not gonna give me the money. He's not gonna give me $1,200 to put towards my car payment, y'all.
Okay. There's a lot going on there. I don't know what the whole backstory is, but obviously it sounds like she's gonna rent out her car to some stranger she met on the internet in Florida. I know she said she has the ID, but come on. That's just dumb. And $1,200 for a car payment is insane. That's crazy. Why? Why would anyone ever agree to something that horrible? That's nuts. That's nuts. Obviously she's going to do this anyways. I'm looking at this comment here. Get a tracker for your car if you can't. It's not a terrible idea, but I don't know where you would put that and how it would stay charged for a month. Because she said it's going to be for a month. I don't know the whole story behind that. All I know is $1,200, and that's revolting. I'm assuming it's this car, which she seems to have some nice seats, right? It looks like it's well made. $1,200 for a car is just bonkers to me. That's nuts. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go to another one and we'll see how much worse it gets, or hopefully how much better it gets. So, okay, looks like it gets worse. Of course, at least based off the beginning of this isn't her story. This is somebody she deals with. She's got a car logo on her shirt, so she's a dealer. Let's hear this story.
Lady come in the dealership. She wanted to trade her fairly new Range Rover Sport autobiography. And I asked her why she wanted to trade it, because it was so new. And she was like, I need to lower my payments. And I asked her, how long have you had it? And she said, I've had it for about a year and a half. I said, okay. And what kind of car are you hoping to get into? She said, I want to look at a GLE 53 Coupe. I said, you're not going to lower your payments on a GLE 53 Coupe. Oh, how much are they? Oh, new, they start at around $100. she was like, oh, well, I'm looking for a pre-owned one. I said, okay. I said, a pre-owned Mercedes GLE Coupe is in more demand than a new one. And the least expensive one, current body style, 21 or newer, is gonna be around the low 60s. How much are you trying to lower your payment? I need to get my payments around 800. Well, you barking up the wrong tree, sister. You need to be looking at a C-Class. And, you know, she looked kind of devastated, like, clutching her pearls. Like, you know, this is the deal. You built your life on the most money a month you made as opposed to the least amount. Now, that straight commission real estate job, the bottom done fell out of it. But your bills didn't go down when your finances went down, right? So you're gonna have to swallow your pride, or, you know, if your image means that much to you, then suck it up and pay the $1,800 a month you paying now. But trying to uphold the image while having sleepless nights because you can't pay your bill, that don't make no sense. Baby, I'd be driving whatever could get me out of it and get my payments lowered, is what I would be doing. The problem is people think cars make them. You make the cars, people.
Okay. So, I know she mentioned a Mercedes. Obviously, very expensive car. I can only imagine the insurance on those vehicles too. So even if she was only paying like $800 a month, which I think was for the Mercedes she mentioned, maybe it was a different car. It's got to be a ton. It's got to be a ton. For context, I have a 2002 Dodge Grand Caravan. Granted, I am a man, so I pay more in taxes than a woman does. But I'm with my mom on the insurance, so it's like $60. If it was just me, it'd be $100 for the car insurance. So I can only imagine a new car must be expensive as hell. Like I said, mine's 2002 Dodge Grand Caravan. Super old vehicle. Super old. Still would have to pay $100 by myself. Outrageous. Outrageous. At least this dealer seems to be rather honest. We're telling her, right? It shouldn't be focused on luxury and what is it? Keeping up with the Joneses? Because it seems like the person whose story this is about, that's what their story is. They're just trying to save face amongst rich people, or I guess higher end people. People who are probably also pretending themselves, if we're being completely honest. Most of them are probably just faking it. That's just disgusting though. $1,800 for a car payment is nuts. And we've got a comment here for a lady who had the exact same vehicle as the one mentioned in the story at the beginning. Yep, I had a GLE 53 coupe. My payment was $1,670. I loved her, but it was just so expensive. I now have no car. Still just as happy. Yeah, I bet. Because those car payments, they're disgusting. They must be ruining your life. They have to be ruining your life. I don't see how anybody could justify that purchase at all. I don't. It doesn't matter how nice the car is. I can't see anyone justifying it. I think anything over $300 a month is insane. And even $300 is a lot. I would never do that, but I don't know. That's just too much. That's too much. Let's go to the next video. So these ones are always fun because these are the dealers themselves, right? Let's find out what they're paying.
What's your car payment?
I drive a 2020 Corolla and I paid $300.
What do you drive and what's your payment?
I drive a 2022 Toyota Tundra. I pay $625 a month.
What do you drive and what's your car payment?
I got a 2024 Grand Highlander. I pay $1,200 a month.
What do you drive and what's your payment?
I have a 22 4Runner TRD off-road with no car payment. I paid cash.
What do you drive and what's your payment?
I have a 2024 Toyota Limited 4Runner and I pay $572 a month.
What do you drive and what's your payment?
I drive a Mercedes and I have no payment because my parents bought me my first car.
What do you drive and what's your payment?
2023 TRD Camry, it's paid off.
What do you drive and what's your payment?
Crown, Toyota Crown Platinum. It's $590.
What are you driving? What's your payment?
I drive a TRD Camry. Payments $550 a month.
What do you
Okay, so I mean, some of those aren't like horrible within like the 600 range. I mean, I still don't like it. I would never do that, but they're not like terrible. That one dude paid 1,200 though for a 2024 Highlander, I think. 1,200 for 2024 Highlander. That's a lot. That's insane. Nope, too much. And I love the comments too. 1,200 for a Highlander is insane. I'm glad I'm not the only one who feels that way. 1,200, that's insane. Does he live in that vehicle? Paying in cash is a flex. I think it is. That's true. Anything over 700 car payment is crazy to me. Okay. All right. I'm glad a lot of people kind of agree with me on that. Right. Again, to me, I still think anything over 300 is a lot, but I can definitely see anything over 700 being just way too much. You must have a very good job. You must make a lot of money to be paying something that ridiculous. To even think that that's a good idea to pay for. Like, oh my God. A lot of these vehicles mentioned in this video too are all brand new, right? 2024. So that makes me kind of weary of it, even for the ones that just paid outright for their vehicle, which is obviously a lot better because you just own it. You don't have to worry about the payments. The insurance though still going to be super high because it's a new vehicle. If the parts, break down, you're going to pay more for new parts compared to an old vehicle. I showed a couple videos back. I don't remember which one. My radiator hose had burst. But again, my vehicle is a 2002, and I don't think that part had ever been changed. Ever. So that was like $45, I think. I think it was like $45. Not too bad. I could do it myself. But yeah, just imagine the prices you're going to pay for these things. I feel like a lot of people don't think about that before they purchase these vehicles. They just look at them and they're like, ooh, shiny. And they just buy it outright. Well, not outright, but you get what I'm saying. Let's go to another one.
I want to talk about the normalization of these insane car prices that we are seeing in the modern era. And every time I talk about finances, or I do sort of a breakdown to help people understand just like why they're feeling so stressed and strapped, there's always somebody that's like, well, why do you even have a car payment? Why don't you go buy an $800 car? They don't really exist anymore. And if you found one, congratulations, but that's not a real thing. Or why don't you just save up $10,000 and just buy a car? How are you supposed to get back and forth to work, considering all of the variables that would make that difficult while you're saving to go buy a car outright? These videos that people are posting, and I'm going to go ahead and start one.
How much is your car payment? $1,400. How much is your car payment?
$403.
What's your car payment?
$1,100.
How much is your car payment? $1,400. What's your car payment?
And here's another one.
I can't relate, cause I'm a singer. I give a fuck, cause I'm a singer.
These videos that are normalizing these insane car prices and then car payments. People, when your car is paid off, drive it until it burns into the ground, right? People want to feel nice. They want to have nice things, and they already feel so pressed and they feel so destroyed in this economy that I understand the desire to want to go have something nice. But spending what is clearly a third of your paycheck on a car note is not the way to do it. And these videos are trying to normalize these insane car prices. Now I want you to look at this sheet, okay? This sort of demonstrates why car payments, even for like an entry-level car, like why car payments are already so insane. The average price of an out-the-door car in this country is almost $50,000, right? After all of the dealer shenanigans that go on, the out-the-door price on a car is pushing 50 grand. Entry-level cars are $30,000. And these dealerships are trying to normalize you coming in there and going like, hey, don't get the one that's already hard to afford. Get the one that makes you feel like a superstar. And these videos always have somebody in it that like has their car outright, or they have somebody that has like a legacy car note from 7 or 8 years ago that's paying $300 or $400 in it. But these people that have $450, $500, $600 car notes, those are entry-level car loans in today's economy. These people that are trying to normalize these $1,000 and $1,500 car payments to make you feel better about getting a car that's that expensive, please stop letting these dealerships normalize this stuff. And if you can go get a used car, if you can make other arrangements, but more importantly, if you can just, once your car is paid off, don't fall into the trap of like, well, now what if it breaks down? Yeah, if it does, and you got to pay $600 for repair, that's better than paying $600 to $1,000 a month for a car loan that you already can't afford. Imagine being able to put away that $600 every single month instead. Please stop letting these dealerships normalize you coming in there and walking out with $1,000 car payment in the
I like that video. I like this guy. He's right. Again, I was saying like the 700 still feels like a lot to me, but I mean, I guess maybe it's because it's just more in the middle that it doesn't feel as bad as when I'm looking at those like $1,200 car payments or higher. But it is still a lot. For instance, I saw a commercial recently for a local dealership, and they showed car payments of $229, $289, and $329 a month, if I remember correctly, for Subarus. I would never do that, but those are reasonable payments, at least compared to the ones we've been looking at. I certainly recommend people just get a used car. I think used cars in general are better. Yes, they're going to have problems, but so are new vehicles, and they're going to be cheaper on the old vehicles. The insurance is cheaper. The first car I ever owned was a straight up lemon. With my financial aid that I had like left over, I bought a $750 car. It lasted like 3 months, and then I had to scrap it. So that sucked. That sucked hard. But I mean, it's doable. You can find cheap vehicles. I saw a vehicle for $1,000 just yesterday after donating plasma. $1,000 for a car. That's a good deal. And then there's like a mechanic shop not too far from where I live. They also had some vehicles, I think was like $1,200 and like $2,000. Relatively cheap in terms of cars, right? It's doable. You can find cheap cars. There's a comment here, right? It says Dave Ramsey thinks everyone can buy a car in cash. He's so out of touch. I think this dude's out of touch. You can totally buy cars with cash. You can. You just don't go to a dealership. Or maybe you find like a salvage dealer. Salvage dealerships will have much cheaper vehicles, obviously, than the higher end dealerships with all the fancy new vehicles. A lot of people, they just want that fancy vehicle. They just want to look like they have a lot of money, like they're doing super well. And really, that's what's hurting them the most. But you can do it. And you might have to save up money to buy the car. Like my van, I had to save up money for, but I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. But you can do it. Technically, I made car payments on mine, but I still had to save up for it. It wasn't with the dealership. Like I said, though, I'll get into that. Let me go to the next one. This one's on the lower end, which is kind of nice to hear. I don't even think this is her story.
I feel like a $500 plus car note is absurd. But also walking, not having a car, and not having transportation is even more absurd. So, like, what do we do in this economy? Because you need a car, there's no way around it. Everybody can't go to a car place or dealership and just drop down cash. And I'm not even sure that's something that you should or would need to do. How much are y'all paying for these car notes? Like, how much are y'all spending on car notes plus car insurance? Because it's honestly getting even more ridiculous, but I low-key can't even be mad at people for paying that much money, because what do? You need a vehicle. People who don't have a car will tell you just how annoying and how hard it is not having transportation, not having a vehicle that you can just count on to have 24/7, or even having a reliable vehicle. Having a vehicle that's not reliable, that's always breaking down and causing you problems, is just as worse as not having a vehicle. So what do you do if you need reliable transportation?
True. It's true. Having a vehicle that isn't reliable is definitely a problem. It's probably worse than having a vehicle. Because then you got to figure out how to get it like towed if it breaks down, and that's going to cost you more money. That sucks. Had to do that stuff with my lemon car, basically. I didn't have to get it towed, but it did break down a lot. So that was a poor purchase that I made, right? I took advice from somebody who's better with vehicles than I was at the time, for sure. Still is. They definitely have more experience. But, I mean, even they weren't like 100% correct, right, on the vehicle being good. Because it broke down a ton. Broke down a ton. 500 is definitely on the lower end compared to most days vehicles, but she's obviously just referencing cars, kind of like I am right now. 500 is cheap now. It's true. See this person, 360 for a car payment, 160 for insurance. Reliable cars are Toyota and Honda, nothing else. And I do hear that a lot lately. Toyota and Honda are the most reliable vehicles right now, it seems. Maybe Tesla, I'm not entirely sure. My grandmother owned a Toyota Honda Civic. Honda Civic. Pretty good vehicle. It was a pretty good vehicle. So she had a car accident. It was a good vehicle. So bad. Let me go to the next one.
I cannot be getting behind these $700 car payments. Every time I work on budgets and I see any car payment, even above like $600, I want to like choke on my own vomit. And before you say, Jess, the average car is like $35,000. I don't care. You don't need a $35,000 car. You want a $35,000 car. The most expensive car I ever bought was a 2015 Mazda 3. I bought it in 2016 for $14,000, like walking out the door, and my car payment was $315.15. And I thought that was a lot, and it really isn't. Nowadays, with my income and everything, I would say, like, I don't think I'd be comfortable paying more than $450. $500 is pushing it. And some of you are willing to have $700 plus car payments. Not only that, I've seen people with car payments like more than some people's mortgages. I've seen people come with car payments like $1,400. For $1,400, I better be able to live in that thing. I also feel like cars are just like the biggest tricks ever, because it's like I've just never looked at someone's vehicle, even if it's like the oldest thing in the world, and been like, ew, like look what I don't care. I feel like most people do not care. Like, I will get in the oldest, like, beat-up car ever of someone else's and not give two shits, as long as it's not, like, piled with trash and fast food. Like, I do care about that stuff, but I would care about that if it was a brand new car. But it's just so much better to not have the new car and make those kind of car payments. And I'm in, like, a great position right now. I do not have a car payment. I honestly don't even have, like, a car of my own. I have a company car. And, yeah, so I have a company car, and they pay for, like, my car insurance and gas and, like, all that great stuff. So currently right now I do not have a car payment. Now, what I've been meaning to do for, like, the last 8 months, and this is, like, totally my bad, I need to be doing it, is I want to put, like, I think, like, $350, $400 a month into a high-yield savings as my car payment. So that way, when I do eventually get a car of my own, then I have, like, a good down payment that I had been saving up for. But I can't get behind those $700 plus car payments. That's outrageous. And you know it is, okay? You can try to justify it all day, all you want. You can try to justify that, but ain't no freaking way.
I wasn't sure if I was going to show this video, but yeah, I think I'm going to show it. It's interesting for sure. Like her story about the, what was it, 2015 vehicle? She paid $14 grand for total. It's a good deal. She says she paid like $315 a month. Not too bad. That's not too bad, considering. My 2002 Dodge Grand Caravan, I paid $300 a month to a friend of a friend at college who I did know, and we had like signed a contract and everything first, and I just paid that off. $2,500 total, which was pretty good. It's by far the best vehicle I've ever had. Granted, I've only had two, the Lemon and this one. And obviously this one has had issues, but all vehicles do. So in general, good vehicle. I like my van. Let me know, you ever made a dumb car purchase where you're just paying a bunch of money outright? Like this, $700 for a car or higher? Let me know if you or somebody you know has done that, please. Let's go to the next one. Here's another dealership one.
Payment.
$744.
Hey Chuck, what's your car payment?
$726.
What's your car payment?
$600 a month.
How much is your car payment?
Like $1,000.
Jose, what's your car payment?
Like $935.
What's your car payment?
I actually don't have a car payment right now.
How much is your car payment?
$700.
How much is your car payment? Got it for free from my mom. How much is your car payment?
$700.
How much is your car payment?
$400.
How much is your car payment?
$450.
What's your car payment?
Well, I got an electric Blazer for $469 a month.
How much is your car payment?
$1,080.
How much is your car payment?
Contrary to popular belief, I do have a car payment, and it's $593 a month.
How much is your car payment?
Straight cash, homie.
What's your car payment?
Okay, well, hopefully I don't get in trouble for the music in that video. But as you can see, Even the people who work at car dealerships. A lot for cars monthly. I assume most of these people work on commission. So why? Just why? Oh my God. For today's latest sales tactic, make people think, I'm assuming, high car payments are the norm. Which, yeah, we had a previous video, right, where somebody had, the guy had mentioned that, where people are trying to make it seem like 1,400 or the 800 to the 1,400 is like normal for car payments. And clearly it's not. That's just outrageous. Oh, God. Is everything a scam? Is everything a scam? Are these people actually paying these prices, do you think? I think they are. I think these are real payments. Ah, God, it's just gross. Let's go to the next one.
A lot of you guys are asking why my car payment is $1,000 a month, and here's why. So I told you guys I got my first car when I was a senior. It was the car of that year. I had a backup camera, I had a push start, everything, right? 9 months later, I crashed it and I totaled it. And my parents had already almost paid it off. So then they pulled me out another car, the same one, but I had to pay it. So I started paying it. I was giving payments and I was almost done. I had less than 10,000, right? I always kept up with the maintenance, everything. And I don't know why, but there was so many recalls on this car to the point where it almost left me on the freeway a couple times, okay? By this time, I already had my son. He was a baby at that time. And it got to the point where it wasn't even safe for us to be driving in that car. Not even on the freeway, not anywhere. So my mom was like, it was time to upgrade. So I was like, all right, bet. So then I went in, and at that time, it was 2021. I got a 2021 Acura ILX, super nice, brand new, nice interior, everything, right? Never really gave me problems. And I got married. We have 3 kids now, fast forward to now. And we just didn't fit in that little car anymore. We needed a SUV, like a mom car. So I traded in this car, my car for this car, and I'm actually carrying $10,000 of negative equity from my very first car. But I had no choice. Like at that point, it was not safe to drive that car, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna have to swallow it and take the L. So that's why my car payment is so high, but it's totally worth it for me because yes, I have my mom car and we have our room. And look at this car seat. Look at how big it is. It takes up a lot of space because it turns. And my kids are comfortable. We have the stroller in the back. So to me, yes, it's $1,000, but it's our safety and we have the room that we need. And I love my car.
I'm glad that she loves her car, but that was a totally unnecessary purchase. Even with the 3 kids. Now that's a bunch of BS, right? I'm assuming her husband probably also has a vehicle. No, nope, unnecessary purchase, dumb purchase. Can't justify that at all. I'm sorry. Bad decision making. Oh my God. Let me go to the next one. Okay, this will probably be the last video we do for today. Let's see what her car payment is.
Car by myself as a 25-year-old independent person with 1 stream of income. So let's break down the numbers of how much my monthly payment is and how much cash I put down for my car. I went with the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek in the color Offshore Blue. I freaking love that car. It is gorgeous. It is a gas guzzler. I'm jumping from a Prius to now a Subaru. So to break down the numbers, my car price was $30,954. So I get a discount from Subaru for $1,675 from the sales price. So my final sales price was $29,279. I also put down a little bit of cash because I wanted to decrease the interest that I would pay over the course of the loan. So I put down $8,000 and the final amount financed was $21,283. So Subaru is currently running a promo for all the Crosstreks at a 3.9% interest rate. So at that APR, I am now paying for 60 months, $392 monthly for my car payment. That is not inclusive of my insurance, which will go up because it's a brand new car, also having to pay for the title and registration of the vehicle, not to mention warranties or protection for the car, which you can add on with Subaru. Even with all those expenses, I still think it's worth it because you have a 2-year warranty for your oil changes and any maintenance on your vehicle. So all in all, it makes sense, but I'm super nosy, so share your car payment and how much you pay for your car, what kind of car you have, because I'd love to know. I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have questions. I'll see you guys next time.
She's not the only one who would love to know about your car payment. Seriously, let me know in the comments, please. That doesn't sound like too bad a deal, right? It was like, what, almost 400 for the... Yeah, 392 a month, basically 400. 5 years. It's still a lot, 5 years. hopefully she'll just pay extra and get it done quicker. I don't like that personally. I mean, $400 is a lot of money to be spending every month on a car. But at least it's not $700 or $1,200 or $1,800 a month. That's still a lot, though, to me. Again, I don't know. I'm cheap, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Have you ever spent more than $400 on a car a month? Let me know. Let me know. Oh, gosh. Probably the one thing I would get a loan for would be a car myself. That's if I had no other choice, because I forgot to mention in one of the previous videos where she's like, you need a car basically for everything. And in America, you absolutely do. My job, for instance, is 30 minutes away by car. I need a car. Grocery store is like 15 minutes away. Got to have a car to get places and get things, unfortunately. Really nowhere walkable. So I think $300 a month is my cap. And right now that would still be hard for me. What is your cap? What's your cap? Do you think 700 is reasonable? You think that's the limit? Is the limit 300 like it is for me? What is your limit? Let me know in the comments. If you like the video, please click subscribe. Like the video, help me out. Trying to grow the channel. Need to get a better computer at some point so I can not have a shaky camera, which I'm assuming is probably happening right now. Please help me out. Let me know in the comments about your car stories. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Please make good choices.